Hello. It's Friday, January 16th. And I don't want to fucking talk about it. But we're gonna fucking talk about it. Oh, Lordy Jesus. Lordy Jesus. I mean, most of the work week has been good. I did not go in for overtime last weekend. I am going in tonight though. Even though last night, oh my god, buddy friend guy, and girl, I guess. I don't even know why they're. I don't know who decided these things needed to be switched around so much. We have the regular shelves. I don't know if you go into a store, there are regular shelves, and then we have what we call steel, which are the more hefty things, usually like water. We have water on ours. We have some shelves, some steel. It's smaller steel that like the wine goes on and everything. I guess it's supposed to be sturdier and hold a lot more weight. Well, somebody has decided, I don't know who, there again, that like the energy drinks need to go over on the wine steel. I don't know. And it doesn't even work because they should be on shelves because like some of the product like goes over it's supposed to go from one shelf to the other. It overlaps, whatever. And you can't do that with the wine steel. There's like a blockade there. Plus the upright that, is holding the shelf, there, basically. Whatever. And that became a problem because Jennifer and Francesca like set it as best they could just the night before last, but then each section needs 5 shelves, so they decided that was our task last night, was to make the 5 shelves, because they're like, oh, we found you some grid and which are basically the shelves, whatever. We found you the thing you put in the middle. I can't even think of the word for it right now. I don't know. We'll come back to that. No, the first problem was, and here I even have visual representation for you of this is what we ended up getting done. But let's see. The uprights, like see over here in this corner, there's the water steel back there, and there's our upright for the wine. And they're very close, right there into each other. You can see back here, there is a little backer, a little like plywood, it's, not much of anything, divider. And you can see there is not any here, because that was the first problem. We had to take that out because there was not enough space in between the 2 uprights for us to get the little, because there's a little front piece here. There's a little front piece here that you have to take out, and there's one in the back. And so you have to get those out and put them in these little notches here. You see how, there you go. There's a good representation right there. See how that's locked into that little, into that little notch. But we could not get them out. We kept trying to push and everything, and I finally came up with the idea of the manager getting up there with the scissor lift and lifting that. But we were trying, he wanted to try other things before, because he wasn't sure if he'd be able to get that out or get it back in. It did not go back in. It ended up not going back in. So that was problem number 1. So eventually he did go get the scissor lift, and he got the backers out of there, and we were eventually able to... that didn't quite give us enough space behind there to get those in. Of course, that was a problem that came later, but whatever. Because he was up there, we were looking for a crowbar. We couldn't find a crowbar, but there was this giant wrench in the back by the bike builder station, and he was like putting that in between the water steel and the wine steel, and like trying to separate it just enough for us to get things back in there to get the shelves in. So we eventually get that done, and I may be missing something. I don't know. Go to like try to put it back together. I feel like I'm missing something. But I don't know. There was just it was one of those, like, anything that could go wrong did go wrong. It was every fucking thing, because then it's like I started putting these back in, and as you can see, that water steel back there that's holding all the water, that's pretty close, isn't it? Yeah, that is also pretty close. So then that became a problem. I couldn't put the shelves where I needed to put the shelves because the water steel was in the way. And I think he once again, Preston got up there with the with the giant wrench and was like trying to wrangle himself in there, and eventually we got that too. I think. No, we did. We had that done maybe by lunch. I think I ended up going to first break a half hour late because it was just like we were just in the middle of trying to get these backer things unscrewed so that we could get them out of there. Because one of the evening guys stayed to try to help get those out of there, and we were trying to get it done so he could leave. But Preston, I think, ended up telling him he could go ahead and go anyway. So trying to get that done, and but yeah, I think we had these first 5 shelves set before lunch. But as you can see, oh, look at that! Why is this grid right here teeter-tottering? Because I was putting the shelves back together. I lost my thing. There it is. I went to try to. I started putting the shelves back together, putting the grid in, and then I was like, well, why is there a space in between? I pushed it all the way back, and then I just happened to try to make sure, because I was using this little can right here on this little space right here just to make sure that it was big enough, and it was just barely. And we're not going to be able to put pushers in there, whatever. But I was like, why is there a gap in the front? I'm like, what did I do wrong? I didn't do shit wrong. I didn't do nothing wrong. The grid that they found us was too fucking short to go in there. But yeah, I think we had these done by lunch, but that was like the half, like that was the night was already half over, and as you can see, there's still 2 more sections here waiting to get more shelves in them, but then we couldn't because it was the grid and the brackets that they found for us, or whatever, the supports, whatever, that were supposed to go in the middle, too small. Yeah, we had 22 inches that we needed. And we only had 20, so 2 inches short. Story of my life, whatever. It's oh my god, it was just like every little fucking thing. It's just like, and it's like every time I thought, okay, the bad part's over, now we can just go ahead and put this together, whatever. It's like, oh, here's another piece of bullshit. Here's another piece of bullshit. Because I would get frustrated and blah, 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 and then we'd get past it, and I'd calm down and be like, okay, moving on. And then it was, I'm moving on to the next piece of fucking bullshit is what it was. Like, oh my god. Even so far as to, oh shit. I don't even know if that's a good picture there. Up here, up top, there's these little signs. They're not really signs. I don't even know what they're doing there. They're just little black things, I guess, to like kind of cover up the, or maybe they're basically just there to like hold the steel together or whatever. I don't know, or make it more secure or whatever. I really don't know why those are there, and they go in upside down. It's just weird. I don't know. But Preston was trying to put those back in, and they wouldn't go in. Like, it was just every last little fucking thing that could be a pain in the fucking ass was a pain in the fucking ass. Just every last little fucking thing that could fucking go wrong went fucking wrong. It's like, you might be, I don't know if you can see that there. That's how long the steel is supposed to be. But you can see this little row right here is a little further back than, I don't even know why I'm trying to do like this. It's not gonna help you see the fucking, but you can see that it's a little bit shorter than it was supposed to be, like 2 inches or something. There again, yeah, 2 inches, 20 to 22. And I was just like, well, it started out like we weren't even really sure how to do it or where to put the shelves exactly to, because we're like, we didn't really want to lift the top shelf up any higher, but we ended up having to do that anyway, so we were trying to figure out where exactly to put the shelves so that, all 5 of them would fit in there and the product would still fit in there and whatever. And initially we were going to bring this one down because, as you can see, there's plenty of room in between those and that. But that didn't work because, reasons, I guess. I don't even know. Because there's that other backer in there, and they didn't want to take out that other... I think we were going to try to take out these little backers back here. Because, see, they had the top backer and then the bottom backer. But there was just so many... on the water steel side, they just had so many of those... And they'd put them one on top of the other to, like... It's to help stabilize... there's this beam that they put in there to stabilize, and they put in like 5 or 6 of them. I can't even remember, and they were all one right on top of the other, on top of the other. Because Preston was going to try to take the bottom one off, and he's like, I can't, because this one is like right on top of the other one, and that's on top of the other one, and that's on top of the other one. So it's like we weren't able to take out the bottom backer to even try to lower that shelf. So it's like, oh my god, just... So we ended up trying to go with that, and then once we went with that, the stupid water fucking steel was in the goddamn way right here, and it's like, It's just like, because it was kind of one of those things, we weren't really exactly sure how to proceed, and then once we figured out how to proceed, we still could not proceed because everything was just fucking uphill battle both ways in the snow to school, and it's like, oh, Jesus. I seriously, like, when I clocked out for lunch, I didn't even know, man. I ended up skipping. I'm not really skipping lunch. I had a Reese's stick. Well, a 4-pack, whatever. I just ended up having Reese's sticks and a tea. That was it, because I was like, I'm not even hungry. I'm so fucking pissed off right now. I'm so fucking upset. Francesca happened to come by about that time and ask how the thing was going, and I'm like, not really fucking good. Not fucking good. So I was able to vent a little bit, and I kept getting like where I would like calm down, because I'm like, okay, we'll move on now. We fixed this problem. We've moved on. We figured it out, and then it would just bam, smack, pow, like fucking 70s or 60s Batman, pow, zock, bam. But yeah, I just clocked out, and I just stood there at the end of the aisle for a minute and just like scrolled through Facebook, because I'm like, I don't even know what I want to do. I don't know if I want to go get food. I don't even know if I want to go back and sit in the break room and like talk to people. I was so fucking pissed off about just fucking so fucking frustrated about fucking everything. But it's, well, I say it's over, but we still, as you can see, we have those other shelves. And not just that, but there's 2 more shelves. There's 4 more shelves, technically. Last night, we were supposed to get the shelf set in 3 of them. And there's 2 more shelves. There's still 2 more sections after that have to get, like, they need, like, some kind of professional, like, because, I mean, these things were, like, like screwed together, and like like they need some kind of like professional remodel team or something to come in and fucking set this shit, because we're not. Technically, we weren't even supposed to be doing that shit, really, to be honest, apparently. You know, so there's supposed to be professionals in there doing it with probably the right tools and a lot more things that we had that we didn't have, and doing it, you know, I don't know. It was so fucking frustrating. Poor Jennifer kept getting pulled into it. She was supposed to be doing a completely different mod. I think she got her mod done though, because that was one of the ones they were going to move. But then they decided that, which made sense to leave it where it is. But they wanted the like labels, to change the labels on it, I guess, or something. I don't know. And of course she fixed things that were problematic, like end pieces missing and shit like that, and, you know, making enough space in there to where the things that were turned sideways could actually be turned front ways, just like, you know, we did with the vitamin mod. It's like, she was trying to get that done, and then she kept getting pulled over into our bullshit, and it's like, so fucking stupid. But it's over now. Must have been good, but I lost it somehow. No, I can lose it. It can go away. I don't fucking care. Because that's what Amy asked me if I was going to come in this morning. Or she asked me if I was going to come in tonight or whatever. And she's like, probably not now. I was like, as long as I'm not dealing with that shit, that's fine. You know, like, I think... and oh my god, even just the last thing that, like, because Preston asked if Jennifer could stay this morning and talk to the store manager about, you know, because he was getting frustrated, he was getting flustered. He's like, I'm not sure if I'm not sure if I'm gonna, you know, describe it right or whatever. I'm not sure if I'm gonna, you know, whatever. So I stayed because I was part of the whole process, and I thought that I could, you know, help. You know, not that Jennifer needs my help, you know, she already had it down pat, you know, and she was like, this is what happened, and blah, 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 this, that, and the other. But then I got distracted because the part of this process was the fact that some of the cans on the top shelf were not in pushers. They wanted everything on the top shelf in pushers. So I put everything on the top shelf. Some of it already was. There was just two sections. There was like the Monster section and the Red Bull section that were not in pushers. So I just took the pushers that we had left over and I used them because supposedly the vendors are supposed to have ordered new pushers to put this shit in. And so I figured that new pushers are going to be coming in anyway. It doesn't matter. So I'm just going to utilize the pushers that we have, and because some of them are Monster pushers, some of them are Pepsi pushers, some of them are Coke pushers. And the Red Bull guy this morning, I watched him, like, even though we were told, because it's a safety issue, that those things are supposed to be in pushers, he started taking things out of pushers that I had just put in fucking pushers and putting them on the shelf, putting, like, the cans on the shelf when we were told, no, they need to be in pushers because it's a safety issue. You know, of course, the vendors basically do whatever they want anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But it's kind of like, I was like, because there was another one standing here. I'm like, I was like, did you guys get the new pushers in already? But that was a completely different guy. There was like 3 or 4 different vendors over there this morning trying to figure it out, you know. And he's like, well, I'm not even sure if I have any product out here. And then, so I kind of got distracted with that, and Amy asked me to print off the mod for them so they could see. I mean, hopefully they understand, because it's like, I basically had to make it work because things can't cross over. You can't cross over a fucking wine steel shelf. Like, you can't, because there's the upright right there in the fucking middle of everything, and it's like, I don't know. I don't understand. So I kind of got involved in that, and, you know, Jennifer was, you know, discussing things with Joel, and getting that all lined out about what had happened and what we were doing and why it wasn't done and yada, 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 all that other stuff, you know. So, yeah, it was kind of like, So I don't know if management went over and told him, like, hey, we have to have those in pushers. And I understand, like, why he was doing it, I guess. I mean, hopefully he had... I would think if he already had the new pushers, he would have... not when it put the product back on the shelf, you know, he would have got his pushers and put them in and then put the product in the pushers, you know, because like I said, some of it, they have like specific names on them, like Pepsi, or like, it doesn't even fucking matter. Like, if you're going to, if you're ordering more anyway, and you're going to put in the new pushers eventually at some point, like, what does it matter if it's Coke and if it says Pepsi and it's a Coke product, or vice versa, or whatever? Like, it's in a pusher, it's safe for the customers, which is, you know, supposedly what the big fucking deal was. So yeah, that was the way it ended. And then there was the water mod on the other side that was supposed to be Jennifer and Francesca ended up taking care of that one. But that would turn into shit show number 2, because there's, I don't even know how you describe them, but there's, because the shelves are like, it's supposed to be, it's going back to where the first 2 sections of the water mod are all the gallon jugs, and they have these things that, because the shelf is slanted, so that way when you pull a gallon jug, the next one comes down. So, but they have to have this special like fencing thing. It's like I don't even know what you would call it. Like, you know, go to your local store and see how the sodas are set up, or see how the gallons of water are set up. I don't know, but they're kind of like these little baskets. You know, this line of baskets, so that you can put the, you know, so that you know, the gallon jugs or the 2 liters don't just fall right off when you pull one out. You know, it stops it. You know, the next one comes down and goes boop and just stops. So we had those because they took them out the last time the mod was done. We apparently did not keep them. So, because Jennifer and Preston went back and tried to find them, and they couldn't. But I don't even know if you can get those in without taking the steel apart. But there again, if we have to take the steel apart to put the shelves in on the other side for the energy drinks, I mean, 2 birds, 1 stone, I guess, at that point, you know? That was like one. I worked there in August. I'm going to have worked there for 20 years. That is one of the worst fucking nights of my life. Like, every night that I have to go to work is pretty bad. You know, like, every night I have to wake up to a fucking alarm and go to a job. Like, I'm not, you know, I'm sick of being an adult. It's just, it's the worst thing. But like, that night, last night, was, if not the worst night in almost 20 fucking years. It is like, it's got to be at least top fucking 3. Like, I can't even think of another worse night at this moment. I know there had to have been some that were not great, but that last night was just, Jesus fucking Christ. Shoot me. Like, let's just go, oh my God. But it's over. At least until the next time we have to... maybe we won't even have to deal with it. We probably will. I don't even know. They'll have to take out more of the stupid backers. We'll have to maybe take apart they were saying something about taking apart the water steel to... I don't know. It's a problem for another day. Not looking forward to it when that day comes. Hopefully not anytime soon. I mean, they order shit and then it doesn't come in for like months. So I may not have to deal with it for a while. Which is fine by fucking me, let me tell you. So let's hope today's question, this week's question, is a doozy, now that I can get down to it. Who inspires you the most in life? Why? How can you be more like them? Well, that's a pretty fucking easy question. Nobody. I've never been inspired by anybody. I've never aspired to be like anybody else. You know, like, I just don't, I don't really have like heroes necessarily. Like, I don't know, I'm just kind of doing my own shit. I don't know. I mean, it might be kind of spicy to say, but I've always liked Joss Whedon and his writing and his storytelling and whatever. Probably I can't say that anymore, but I mean I still do. I still appreciate the stories and the things that he put together with Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Hoping good things for the continuation since he's not involved with it, but we shall see. I did order myself some Taco Bell today, by the way, since I missed out on lunch, kind of, because I wasn't hungry at all. I found out they had like their whole menu all day long, so I'm like, fuck yeah. 9:30 in the morning, and I'm ordering I almost said a cheeseburger. No, a Crunch Wrap, and some nachos, and some cinnamon balls. Yeah. But no, but I've never, I don't know. I've never really been inspired by anyone. Like we had this conversation before about I'm not really passionate about anything. I don't really I don't know. Like I just don't. I mean, I don't want to say that I don't care, but like I don't know. Like I've never had heroes. I've never looked up to anybody. Like, oh, I want to be just like them. I don't know. I can't really say that there's anybody I've been inspired by. I mean, I guess in some ways I was inspired by Nick, because if it wasn't for him, you wouldn't be seeing this video right now, watching me bitch and piss and moan about everything. Like, if he hadn't started his YouTube channel, I wouldn't have started mine, so I guess you could say maybe Nick inspired me to do this. It's something I never really thought of before until he started doing his YouTube videos. And then I was kind of like, maybe I'll do that too. And here we are. Years later. Oh, goodness. Not quite 20 years. I don't know how long I've been doing this. I don't keep track of that kind of shit. I don't know what year I started my YouTube vlog. I have no fucking idea. I mean, I could go back and look and find out, but I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter. The details don't matter, I guess. I don't know. But, so yeah, I can't really say... I mean, I guess in some ways it might be a little backwards. Some people might think, well, that's kind of weird. In some ways, I was inspired by my dad to be a better person and not treat people like shit. In some ways, I mean, he might have, as much as I love my mother, you all know that I love my mother, I mean, he might have done more to turn me into the person that I am, even though, she raised me and she was there growing up and taking care of me and everything. My father might have done more to, I was going to say warp my personality, but maybe, mold. Maybe that's what I was looking for. Mold my personality. Because it's like, I mean, I didn't like being, treated like I didn't matter. So I don't want to make other people feel like they don't matter. Unfortunately, still occasionally I probably do that. Not my intention. Sorry if I've ever done that. Try not to, but here we are again. So I mean, I guess that's not really what the question's asking. It's like, who do you inspire to be like? I guess is how I'm interpreting the question. So I don't know. I guess you can say Nick in some ways, because here I am, the last man standing, and all these people who have done vlogs over the years. Nick doesn't do them anymore. Steve, good old SC Tartaglia pops up every once in a while. He thinks about coming back, and then doesn't. Sorry, Steve. I know you're probably not watching, but you know, I haven't seen anything from Tanya in a long time. Sometimes she'll post at like weird websites that I've never heard of before. So I know she wrote another book last I knew, but I haven't been in contact with her for a while. Wolverina World, haven't seen anything out of her in a long time. So some of the people that I first met when I got on the YouTube is Goofy Dude. I don't know. I haven't heard anything from him in a long time. Well, you might have seen the video. We hung out together. Went up to the Nelson Atkins Museum of Art, and he actually came down and like visited here once. But as far as his YouTube channel, haven't heard anything from him in a long time, either or, on the phone or on the YouTubes. But so some of these first friends that I met, I did get back in contact with Pampers Pete. He's on where the fuck, Snapchat. I don't even know why I got on Snapchat. I think maybe I was adding somebody on there for the first time in a long time or whatever. Because it used to be I just talked to my nieces on there, and I don't even know how it popped up. I'm like, Pampers Pete, what the fuck, man? But so if I ever go to Vegas, gotta get on the Snapchat. Let good old Pampers Pete know that I'm coming. But yeah, I'm the last one to continue to do videos. Steve, like I said, SC Tartaglia, Steve wants to come back every once in a while. But maybe someday. Who knows? But yes, here I am, making stupidly long videos, because I don't know how to shut up. But I had a lot to describe today. I had a lot before I even got to the question. So, oh my fucking god. I am so glad that night is over. Let's not have another one in like 20 fucking years, okay? If I make it to 40 years with the company, let's not have another one. Let's not have another one like last night. Fucking ever. Fucking ever. But anyway, that is about... I was going to say Gail's... he said in his last video, one of his questions was something about, what's a phrase you say far too often? And he's like, well, that's that, or something like that. I almost said it, Gail, if you're watching. Well, there's that. I think that's what... well, there's that. I think I say that a lot, too. Sometimes it's like, I don't know how to... end a segment, however you'd call it. So I'm kind of like, well, there's that. That's that. Anyway. Yes. So I am going in for overtime tonight. I guess I should make extra money while they still let me make extra money. If it ever stops, I don't know. But last week I had such a restful weekend, and I was still fucking tired. Like, I got home from work Monday, and I just fucking, like, crashed out. Like, I slept in my bed, I think, and then I crashed out later on the couch. I'm like, what the hell? I just had a nice, restful weekend, whereas, like, basically all I did was slept. I mean, not really. I watched some shows. I almost got caught up on the latest season of Daryl Dixon. So I even had time to do that and watch some random YouTube videos and whatever. But I was still, like, passing out. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't know. Just not fair. But anyway. So I'm going to maybe go rest up. And I do have a taste test to do. I sent this to Gail earlier. But now that I've had my Taco Bell, I can't do it. But while I was venting to Francesca, I happened to see these behind her. So I have bacon grilled cheese lays to try sometime. Maybe tomorrow, since now I taste like Crunchwrap and and nachos and, you know, cinnamon balls. They fucked me up. Like, Taco Bell fucked me up. I said I needed a mild sauce packet. Look at all this shit they sent me. Like, somebody wasn't fucking around this morning. Like, they must have known I had a hard night, and they're like, here's you some mild sauce. Kablam. Yeah, and I used one, and I still have all of these. Like, goddamn. Oh, man. So, yes, that taste test will be coming eventually sometime soon, I guess. Other than that, this has been long enough, and I'm going to let you go. So, until next week, or taste test, or whatever the fuck else I post, which nothing that I can think of at the moment, I shall see you for what I see you.